Hey guys, Alex Khan here, and I'm coming, here I am. So anyways, it is the 22nd anniversary that VIPER went into syndication, and I'll be making a bit more vlogs this week just because it's VIPER week in my opinion. So yeah, the week of September 23, 1996, that's when VIPER went into syndication. So, two things. One, I want to discuss my least favorite episodes of Season 1, and also my favorite episodes of Season 1. And also, I want you to hear this really cool soundbite that I caught from the TV show. So, do you guys know what that sound is? Listen. One more time. Yeah, so whenever Joe gets a call from the Viper's lair, you hear this sound. So yeah, I found I found one of the episodes online, and then I basically just took a little sound clip from the episode, and then I cleaned up the audio so that there isn't too much background noise, and boom, that's what I got. And you might be wondering, why am I doing that? Well, I want to make I want to put that on my cell phone. So whenever someone calls me or texts me, I'm gonna get that message. I mean that sound. So anyways, oh, I need this open because I am gonna have to refer to some episodes here. So yeah, as you guys know, I've only seen Season 1 of VIPER, and that was back in the mid-90s, and I haven't seen that show ever since. And so I decided, I picked up the DVD, and I decided to watch Season 1 again just to refresh my mind before I jump into Season 2, which I haven't seen yet. So watching these episodes of Season 1, I found my favorite episodes and I found my least favorite episodes. So I'm going to talk about my favorite episodes. Now, when I judge a VIPER show, or any kind of a show that's car-centric, I base it on two things. One, the story has to be good, and two, and more importantly, the driving scenes had to be awesome, like the car scenes. So based on that, my absolute favorite episodes of Season 1. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, are you guys ready? You guys ready? Hold on. My favorite episodes of Season 1? Alright, so of course the pilot episode, because a pilot episode, it's basically 2 episodes long, and that explains where Joe Astor comes from. He's the original driver of the VIPER. And it explains the origins of the car, where the car came from. It shows the relationship between Joe and the VIPER crew, and there's a lot of car scenes in the pilot episode. You got scenes where the drivers are test driving the RT-10 and the Defender. You got scenes where Joe Astor goes out on patrol for the first time and he starts stopping crime. You even see him using his battering ram in addition to the other cool gadgets on that Defender. And then obviously you see the heist scene at the beginning with the Dodge Stealth, 91 Dodge Stealth cars. And then the climax of the episode is when Joe Astor takes on the gang of Dodge Stealth drivers inside his morph Defender. So that's gonna be tied for my first favorite episode. Or that's gonna be tied for my favorite episode of Season 1. My other favorite episode of Season 1 is Firehawk. Firehawk is, well, it's basically it's a really cool episode. It's definitely car centric because Firehawk is named after the villain car, and the villain car is basically a Hummer, but it's been souped up to look really futuristic, and it's got its own little gadgets on that. And it's a really cool episode because in order to level the playing field, the bad guys kidnap Julian. He's basically the scientist who put all the cool gadgets on the VIPER. So they kidnap Julian. They force him to upgrade the Firehawk to make it even cooler than it already is. And then the climax of that episode is where the Firehawk takes on the VIPER, but they also meet early on in the episode too. But the last part of that, the climax, is the Firehawk versus the VIPER, and there is a conclusion to that conflict. So those are my 2 favorite episodes of Season 1. But there's a few other good episodes, obviously. Like, I liked Ghost a lot. Ghost is when Alec Connor gets out of jail. He was Joe Astor's partner in crime in the pilot episode, driving that Dodge Stealth. In fact, he even drives the Dodge Stealth in this episode. And Ghost features 2 car scenes. One is when Alec Connor is chasing Julian. Julian's driving this Dodge Intrepid, and the Dodge Intrepid gets really wrecked. And then later on, obviously, is the Dodge Stealth versus the Joe Astor's Morph Defender. That's not my favorite, but it's definitely a good episode. Yeah, there's a bunch of good episodes. Even the first non-pilot episode, Once a Thief, Joe Astor takes on one of his former, not really student, but some guy who looked up to Joe Astor. And then his student, the young kid, is driving the 72 Camaro Z28. So those are probably my favorite episodes. I wanted to like Wheels of Fire. That's when they call it the Baxley car, but it's really just a Lincoln Futura. You know what Batman drives in the old 50s Batman show? That car, but it's closer to stock form, but they call it the Baxley. I wanted to like that episode, but there weren't many car scenes. There was one car scene, really, and that's when Joe Astor takes on the Baxley, but it ends really abruptly when the Baxley uses oil slick to get away from the Defender. So I thought it was going to be a really cool car-centric episode, but it really wasn't, even though they talked about cars a lot in that episode. Now, my least favorite episodes of Season 1, probably the finale of Season 1 is called Crown of Thorns. That's when Joe Astor is in charge of escorting this head of state from this fictional Eastern European country. There is 0 car action in that episode. Like, none. 0, zilch, nothing at all. Also, there's an episode called Past Tense, and this is when the bad guys take advantage of the fact that Joe Astor can't remember his past. So they get this girl to pose as his former wife, and it was an okay episode, but there was like no car action really in that episode. So my least favorite episodes of Season 1 was Past Tense and Crown of Thorns. My favorite episodes, definitely the pilot episode and Firehawk. But in Season 1, there were a lot of other episodes I liked. I liked Thief of Hearts. Thief of Hearts, that was the second to last episode. That's when these bad guys steal this heart from this girl who needs a heart. But anyways, the climax of that episode is when the bad guys drive around in this Ford Probe, and it's modified to look futuristic as well. And that's accompanied by 2 motorcycles. So the climactic scene is those 3 vehicles taking on Joe Astor's Defender. It's a really cool car chase. But yeah, I just want to talk about my favorite episodes of Season 1, and I cannot wait to start Season 2, but I've never seen Season 2. It's going to be brand new for me, so I'm probably going to do a review on the first episode of Season 2. So what are your favorite episodes of Season 1 of Viper, and what are your least favorite episodes of Season 1 Viper? I definitely think that for a Viper episode to succeed, it definitely needs a bit more car action, because that's the whole premise of the show. It's about the Viper. So you definitely want to see more Viper action, and you definitely want to see a good story to go with it. So, post your thoughts in the comments section, and I look forward to your comments.